You're watching NETRUSH Report, the place where we don't just tell you who won and lost. We dig into what it means. If you love tennis stories that go deeper than the scores, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join a community that lives for moments like this. Serena Williams, a name that has become synonymous with dominance, resilience, and history-making moments. By 2018, she wasn't just the face of women's tennis. She was one of the most famous athletes in the world. Her record spoke for itself. 23 Grand Slam singles titles, countless weeks at world number one, Olympic gold medals, and a level of physical and mental strength that inspired millions. And yet, the 2018 US Open final wasn't about dominance. It was about controversy that TO understand why. We have to rewind just a bit. In January 2017, Serena achieved something no one thought was possible. She won the Australian Open while 2 months pregnant. It wasn't just impressive, it was superhuman. After that, she stepped away from the game for the rest of the year to give birth to her daughter, Olympia. When she came back in 2018, her goal was clear: match Margaret Court's all-time record of 24 Grand Slam singles titles. She came close at Wimbledon, reaching the final, but lost to Angelique Kerber in straight sets. The US Open was her next chance, her home turf, where the crowd's roars could carry her to history. Across the net stood a 20-year-old from Japan. Naomi Osaka wasn't a household name yet. She had raw power, a calm demeanor, and a game that reminded many of a younger Serena. For her, this was the biggest match of her life, her first Grand Slam final. Most people expected Serena to win. In fact, for much of the tennis world, it felt like a foregone conclusion. But Naomi had other plans. From the very first game, Osaka came out swinging. She was fearless, striking the ball cleanly, moving Serena side to side, and showing zero nerves. Serena, on the other hand, looked tight. The first set, Osaka took it 6-2. A shock, but Serena had made comebacks before. And then everything changed. Early in the second set, chair umpire Carlos Ramos issued Serena a warning for coaching. This wasn't about Serena giving instructions. It was about her coach, Patrick Mouratoglou, gesturing from the stands. In tennis, that's against the rules. Serena was furious. She walked over to Ramos and said, "I don't cheat to win. I'd rather lose." For her, this wasn't just about the match. It was about her integrity. A few games later, Serena smashed her racket in frustration after losing a point. That's automatic, a point penalty for racket abuse. Now, she was down a point before the next game even started. The tension was boiling. Then came the breaking point. Serena confronted Ramos again, this time calling him a thief for taking a point away from her. That crossed the line into verbal abuse under the rules. Ramos issued a game penalty in a Grand Slam final. The crowd gasped. Serena couldn't believe it. She demanded an apology. She accused Ramos of sexism, saying that male players had gotten away with worse. I could see this moment. The match stopped being about tennis. It became about principle, emotion, and perception. Through all of this, Naomi Osaka remained focused. She didn't get pulled into the drama. She kept serving big, hitting clean, and refusing to flinch. She closed out the match 6-2, 6-4. On paper, it was a stunning victory. But in reality, it felt like chaos had stolen her spotlight. During the trophy ceremony, the crowd, still angry at the umpire and the outcome, booed loudly. Osaka stood there, head down, tears streaming down her face. This was supposed to be the happiest moment of her career, yet she felt like she'd done something wrong. And here's where Serena did something that reminded the world why she's beloved. She put her arm around Osaka and told the crowd to stop. "Let's make this the best moment we can," Serena said. The boos turned to cheers, but the damage was done. In the days that followed, the debate raged on. Some said Serena was right, that she was standing up against a double standard in tennis. Others said she went too far, taking away from Osaka's big moment point. One of the loudest voices in that second camp, Stephen A. Smith. On ESPN's First Take, he said bluntly, Serena Williams was wrong. Somebody has to say it. Smith argued that while Serena's frustrations might have been understandable, the rules were the rules. He believed her outburst crossed the line and shifted the attention from Osaka's victory to her own grievances. This wasn't just about one match. It became a flashpoint for bigger issues: coaching rules in tennis, consistency in umpiring, gender equality in sports, and the balance between passion and professionalism. For Serena's fans, it was an example of a champion refusing to back down. For her critics, it was a case of letting emotion overshadow sportsmanship. Now, years after that night, both women have moved on. Osaka has won multiple Grand Slam titles and become a global icon in her own right. Serena retired with her legacy intact, one of the greatest ever to play the game. And yet, anytime that 2018 final comes up, the same question gets asked. Was Serena justified? Or was Stephen A. Smith right? One thing's certain: that night changed the way we talk about tennis. And it made Naomi Osaka's first Grand Slam both unforgettable and unforgettable for all the wrong reasons. This was NETRUSH Report, where we break down the matches, the moments, and the meaning behind them. If you believe the real story goes deeper than the scoreboard, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us again for the next deep dive into the game we love.